This is seriously relaxed cooking. So easy, anyone can do it. If you like lots of basil or you like lots of coriander, then put lots in. It's your supper and it's up to you.
Nigel Slater's Simple Suppers, Wednesday at 7:30 on BBC One. Catch the previous episode on BBC iPlayer.
The choir at this time tomorrow with their master setting the bar extremely high. But tonight in a new series now on BBC Two, to Paris for the chance of a lifetime with designer Philippe Starck.
Hey! Toc 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 toc. Somebody home. Somebody home, UK? Somebody awake? Okay, thank you. My name is Philippe Starck. I am a type of new bottle opener. I am a sort of door just to open your brain to creativity, to vision, to the future. We shall see together if there is some new talent in UK. I am sure there is.
Philippe Starck is the man behind some of the most recognizable product designs of our time. And he's on a mission to discover the best new design talent in Britain.
You don't make good design if you think about the design. You make good design if you speak about life, sex, flesh, sweat.
Invitations went out across the UK. Anyone could apply. Hundreds did. They had to submit drawings of their work. Starck and his team sifted through them all, selected the best 12.
I love this product.
I understand, very good.
And invited them to Paris. Once there, the students will be given a rare insight into Philippe Starck's world. Starck believes that, whether we realize it or not, product designers affect every moment of our lives. The chair you're sitting on, the cup in your hand, the screen you're watching. Each is the result of deliberate design decisions. And Starck wants to encourage the 12 students he's chosen to question everything about product design and to learn how design decisions now will affect all our lives in the future. So, over the coming weeks, Starck and his team will work with the students.
Bonjour. Now we start the first project.
He'll challenge them.
You are a little lazy.
Critique them.
Wow. I love this type of way of thinking.
And then decide who goes home.
Next time, I kill everybody.
Because only one will achieve the ultimate goal. A 6-month placement at his design agency in Paris. And initiation into the Starck tribe.
All these people are friends, but also work with us. Without the energy of the tribe, we are nothing, I am nothing. And definitively, one or more will be in the tribe, on this wall, in the frame.
Philippe Starck is regarded by many as the bad boy of the design world.
I don't give a shit to know who is the best designer in the world today.
I'm so late.
Starck's survival for decades in the fickle world of design is down in part to his talent for grabbing attention.
Be quick. I don't have a design philosophy. I think it's a little too small. I try to have a philosophy for life.
He's designed hundreds of objects, from his transparent Louis Ghost chair and rocket-shaped lemon squeezer to yachts, motorbikes, and hotel interiors. For Starck, design is a force with the power to change society.
With a song, a singer can change a word, a political man can change a word with a law. Us, it's with a chair, a table, a toilet brush.
Starck may or may not be able to change the world with a toilet brush. But in London, there are 12 people whose lives he will change. And one will win the incredible opportunity to spend 6 months in Paris working at his design agency. These lucky 12 were personally selected by Starck from hundreds of applicants. He chose them based solely on their design drawings, knowing nothing else about them. Anna Maria Stewart's creation of a light fitting in the style of a noose caught Starck's eye. A case of perfect timing for her.
I used to work for a branding company. I left about 2-3 weeks ago. I didn't feel like I was, I suppose, given not the freedom, but I wasn't given my own project. I just didn't feel fulfilled. Now I'm free as a bird, and actually this came at a brilliant, brilliant time, so really excited.
At just 19, Lachlan Robertson is the youngest of the group.
Philippe Starck is a total legend. If you do product design, you know about Philippe Starck. You want to meet him, that's kind of your goal.
He's so confident about securing the placement, he's delayed the second year of his product design course at Dundee University.
I don't mind competing against other people because I know I'll win. Come on, you can put that in, that'd be good.
Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Lucky, yeah.
Anna.
Also joining them is Polly Firth from Cheshire, who's looking for her first job in product design after finishing a master's. And Trevor Brickman, who's 27 and in the middle of a product design course. Ilsa Parry, also 27, teaches three-dimensional design at a college in Liverpool. She grabbed Starck's attention with a screw-in vertical coffin to save space in cemeteries.
When I was about 15 years old, I remember sitting at home doing my art homework with my mum sitting behind me watching me, and she was saying, "Why do you want to be an artist? There's no money in it, you know, you won't make a career out of it." And I looked around me and I said, "Mum, everything in this room has been designed by somebody." And it was then that she understood.
Hiya, Ilsa.
And that pushed me forward.
Anna. Hiya, nice to meet you. Lovely to meet you.
I think I've got a chance of winning because I'm determined, I'm driven, and I want this more than anything.
If Ilsa and the other students are to succeed in Paris, they'll need to fully embrace Starck's thinking and approach to design.
I hope these people will be good, because if they are good, definitively that will change their life.
Helping Starck choose who'll join the agency is Jasmine, Director of Communications.
You really want someone who will bring something additional. It means having a vision and who is working a lot with generosity, because design is about, you know, giving things for the people, for the tribe, for the friends, for the family.
Jasmine should know Starck's mind better than most. She also happens to be his wife.
Okay, we speak about...
Starck believes good design is about making beautiful, useful and sustainable objects that can be enjoyed by everyone. His democratic vision is shared by 36-year-old Eugenie Kitley, the final member of the judging team. He's been a product designer at the Starck agency for the past 7 years.
The most exciting is when you discover the idea, then you're like a child, you say, wow, look what we found. And once it starts to be produced, that's the most exciting, the beginning and the end. In the middle, there's a lot of work, there is battle, there's, we have to try to change this to realize it. It's always it's a big work, it's a war. And then it's peace.
In Starck's opinion, British design needs a helping hand.
In England, there is something very strange, which is today there is some good designer, but nobody really arrive on the market. We can perhaps create English style.
At St Pancras, more students are arriving. Next to join the group is 22-year-old Nabil Abbas, who already has his own design company.
Well, I started up a freelance company during my second year at university. I sort of branched out to lots of different things. I don't really limit myself to what I can do.
What's your name? Oh, I'm Lucky. Nabil, nice to meet you.
I'm actually very confident, sometimes too much. A lot of people find me quite annoying at times, thinking that he's too hardworking or he's too this, but I enjoy what I do.
The oldest of the students, at 32, is Rob Richardson.
Where's the bar?
Jessica Viana has been working in a shop since getting her degree 3 years ago. She secured her place with a design for a shoe that changes colour according to the owner's mood. Robert Meredith, 29, is a freelance packaging designer. Michael Cloak from Kent is a graduate in 3D design. Starck was impressed with his bungee rope kitchen storage system. 21-year-old Helen Bickford can't wait to meet the man who first inspired her.
I'd love to work for Philippe Starck because I think he's a genius. He's one of the first designers I was aware of when I came into design when I was about 13, 14. I really, really want this. It's such an amazing, awesome, like once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Like, I never thought I would even get here.
James Malcolm Green from London recently graduated with a degree in product design.
Hi, James. Hi, Trevor. How you doing, James? Lovely to meet you, man. I'm Lucky. Hi there.
What lies ahead for the group of 12 is the opportunity to meet and learn from one of the world's most renowned designers.
I want to work with Philippe Starck because he was my initial inspiration for design. Funny enough, the first book that I opened about design was based on him.
I would love the opportunity to work for Philippe Starck. He creates design icons, he's a design icon himself.
But within 48 hours, 2 will have been sent home, their dreams of working for a design legend over.
Sous le ciel de Paris s'envole une chanson.
Starck's School of Design has been set up in Paris, not just because it's where his agency is based. It's also because he believes the highly critical nature of French culture will be a testing ground for the students and their ideas.
In France, we are known to be a pain in the ass. We are a pain in the ass. When we make something bad, people said, oh, it's bad. When you make something good, people said, oh, it's bad. But that obliges you to always rise the quality.
To Starck, that means designers must always question if they need to create yet more products. And he believes Paris is as tough a sounding board as anywhere.
It's going to be a life-changing experience to go to Paris for a few weeks or a few months, hopefully a few months, and meet Philippe Starck and be in Paris, a beautiful, beautiful city.
It's going to be amazing to be in Paris. Not only to work with Philippe Starck, but to work in another country. Especially Paris is sort of seen as a design capital, so to be there and be able to work there is just such an amazing opportunity.
It'll be a unique experience for everyone, including Starck, as he bares his soul to the world.
I shall open the zip of myself, open it and say, now take what you want.
For their first night in Paris, the students will be staying at a Starck-designed hotel in the southeast of the city. It's a chance for them to immerse themselves in his way of thinking.
Oh my god, this is so good!
It's a world away from anything 22-year-old Michael Cloak is used to. Since graduating, he's been doing odd jobs while trying to get design work.
So how long do you reckon we'll be staying here then?
Probably find out quite soon.
Yeah.
First two, I believe.
Well, hopefully we both stay here, man.
Wouldn't mind the room to myself.
It's all getting a bit real now, though, isn't it?
I know, I'm getting pretty nervous, you know.
Rob Richardson gave up a career as a sign fitter to go back to university and study design. Starck liked his idea for a park bench that stays dry in the rain.
Basically, I've been looking for sort of design-related positions, but at the moment I've not been too successful.
It's the end of a long day, but finally there's a chance for the students to relax. James Malcolm Green is determined to succeed. He booked his ticket with a design for a vase styled as a pile of crockery.
What motivates me about design is the freedom of expression. I think I can win this competition because my energy and my enthusiasm for design will shine through, and I think that's what Philippe Starck will be looking for.
Robert Meredith's creation of a portable breakfast kit for busy people also caught Starck's eye.
I want to really inspire people to sort of take up a huge interest in design. It's almost like my duty.
But despite the jokes and laughter, there's an underlying tension about what's ahead.
I think there will be times when we'll get on each other's nerves, and I said that to them today. And we will have arguments, but the best thing is just not to take it personally.
And this is where the students will be made or broken by Starck. Le 104, or the 104. These recently renovated buildings used to house a municipal funeral depot covering much of Paris. Now they have a new lease of life as a centre for creative arts. For the students, this will be their working base for the next 10 weeks.
I've never considered myself a competitive person, but I think if I put my mind to it and you put me in a position where it's something I really want, it might just come out of me.
I believe I've got what it takes because I'm young, I'm ready to learn from Philippe Starck. You know, I'm a piece of clay that he can mould me into whatever he wants, and I'll do whatever it takes to win the show.
Don't exaggerate. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Bonjour. So, welcome. Are you scared? I can tell you, I am scared. So, School of Design. The real name is School of Creativity. We shall try to speak the less possible about design and the most possible about everything around which are more important than design. If you do it well, you can perhaps have a fantastic ticket to your career. If you missed nothing, because after you will make something else. Me, I can lose a lot, because everybody will watch Starck and say, why do that? Why do that? It's for his ego trip, it's for his money, but it's your adventure. Okay, we go?
But as their journey begins into the heart of Starck's creative world, it's clear that from now on, it's also a battle to impress. Starck begins with some introductions. Jasmine.
That's my wife. Yes.
And Eugenie.
This guy is the best designer of the world. A lot better than me.
Between them, they'll decide from week to week who stays and who goes. But to stand a chance of winning the 6-month placement, the students must understand Starck's philosophy, not just of design, but of life.
Why I am here? It's definitively not for fun. We are not here to speak about trends, about style, about fashion, about I don't know what. We shall try to help your tribe, your society, your civilization to have a better life. That is the subject. That looks a little heavy, that looks a little ridiculous, but I don't care. I hate cynicism, and me, I am not an actor, I am not a teacher, I am a professional dreamer.
First, it's important to let the students know why he chose them.
I shall explain you why I select you and now why I regret.
It's also an opportunity for the students to check out the competition. Helen Bickford's design is a new twist on the traditional wooden chair.
For me, it was conceptually very smart. I don't know finally what is the use.
Well, it's more of like a sculptural piece, really.
I hate when you said it's a sculpture. You repeat 2 times and you even don't finish the day.
For Starck, it's important that design is rooted in everyday life and belongs to us all, whereas art is often elitist.
We are not artists. We must be proud to just make chairs. And you know, it's one of the most difficult things to do. It's a lot more difficult than make a sculpture.
Super confident Nabil Avas submitted a chandelier with a built-in music system.
Light and sound are 2 aspects that are very significant in a room. They create ambience, they create entertainment, they create mood. I thought it'd be fantastic to put these 2 things together and put it in one object.
You know why it's a good idea? Because tomorrow will be less. We must have less and less and less product. The only negative point in that, the chandelier is an old idea. Lachlan Robertson.
Design student Lachlan has tried to tackle global warming by creating a single-seater car.
It's all about minimum fuel for any travel. Instead of like 4 people fitting into a car and only 1 person in the car, using all the fuel to transport 4 people. 1 person uses the fuel only needed for them.
Somebody have some ideas to some? Yes.
If other people wanted to travel, they would link up with it. But if you've got separate people in separate units, you're manufacturing extra units to clip them together.
No, she's all right, huh? She's a killer, take care.
For some of the students, their first encounter with Starck has not gone well. And for 2, their trip to Paris will soon be over. It means leaving behind the chance to learn from one of the best-known product designers in the world.
Now we start the first project. The first project is something a little special. You have nothing to invent, but I want to understand how you understand things. You will go now in a big supermarket. Everybody will have 100 euros. With this 100 euros, you must bring me 2 things, following different theme.
The students will have 100 euros and 1 hour to buy 2 products. Their choices must illustrate one of 3 themes: function, ecology, or gender. Function means finding one product which is useful and another which is useless. Ecology means finding a product which is environmentally sound and another that's unsound. While the theme of gender is all about finding a product with male qualities and another that's more female. And to make their choices, Starck is sending the students here, one of the biggest supermarkets in Paris, with 500,000 products to choose from, every one created by a product designer.
So, you do that, and tomorrow you explain me why it's good, why not good, why not. Okay, peace and love. See you tomorrow.
For now, Starck doesn't want the students to design anything. He simply wants to get inside their heads and understand what makes them tick. And to help them begin to understand what makes him tick, he's sending them to the supermarket in a military truck. To him, it's an example of simplicity that perfectly represents his design philosophy.
It's the only vehicle which have the elegance of intelligence, because it's not driven by marketing, it's just driven by function. That's why only military cars are almost intelligent.
The students know they must be as innovative as Starck in their thinking if they want to impress him. And they have just 1 hour to pick the objects that will decide their future. Tomorrow, they will present Starck with their choices and the reasoning behind them.
We didn't want to believe that it was going to be competition between us, but yeah, this definitely kind of brought things to life, and yeah, it is pressure, definitely pressure.
I don't want to go home because it's incredible and I want to carry on. So no, I'm not going home tomorrow.
Starck believes passionately that the multi-million-pound design industry is awash with too many products. In the future, every designer will have to ensure that what they create is both useful and sustainable. Halfway into the task, and the sheer volume of potential items seems to be hindering rather than helping the students.
There's nothing else around here.
I'm a bit frustrated, getting a bit nervous. Haven't been able to find anything in this area of the supermarket.
The difference between what I'm doing and what they're doing is they're coming here looking for something they already know what they want, whereas I'm coming here with an open mind. The way I think is very much spontaneous. I've got a lot of ideas. I'm always thinking, I'm always ticking, always clocking, but it's sort of like we're going to have to wait and see tomorrow. It'll be very interesting to see what people have come up with.
The hour is almost up, and like it or not, decisions have to be made.
Yeah, I find out a pair of gardening gloves, so I'm going to use that because everyone should have a garden, everyone should grow their own veg, so I think that might impress him.
I picked up the Pyrex dish because it's versatile. You can use it for lots of different things. It's very simple, it's made of one material so it can be recycled.
Rob Richardson is still struggling to find the products that will persuade Starck that he should not be sent home tomorrow.
But I'm definitely getting worried, so I still have not got anything in my hands.
Cool, good luck.
I bet she come up with a really good idea already, but I don't want to tell you that. So you're going to have to wait and see, unfortunately.
I went to keep it a secret so that nobody else can nick any of my ideas.
Extremely happy because this is exactly the product I was looking for, a bicycle.
Rob has finally found an object, but rather than buy the bike, he's decided to present Starck with just a photograph.
I don't need to buy the bike.
If you need to buy it, you get it.
Yeah, but I don't want to buy it because I'm going down the sustainable green route.
You know, Philippe Starck's asked us to do this. If he wants it on his conscience about the eco, he'll bring it back to the shop. You're going to bring to people's attention these green issues. You're going to do it on TV. It might get people thinking. So if 10 people think about their use of materials because of that one bike that you've bought, then it's worth it. Yeah,
well,
go and buy it.
Against his better judgment, Rob buys the bike. It's an environmentally friendly form of transport, so he knows it's a good symbol of sustainability. But he's nervous about how Starck will react to the product itself.
Yay! How much is it?
90 euros.
That's not bad for 90 euros, is it?
I'm so glad you're buying it.
Beautiful, eh?
The shopping spree is over. Only time will tell if the students have bought their way into Philippe Starck's way of thinking. It's day 2 in Paris, and the 12 students are nervous arriving at the studios. Today, 2 of them will be ejected from the group and sent home.
I'm obviously going to be extremely nervous, and I think what I'm nervous about mainly is that I've got to try and put everything across and sell myself in 3 minutes, and a hell of a lot rides on that 3-minute presentation.
There's only a short time to prepare before they present their ideas to Starck, Jasmine and Eugenie for the first time.
I am pretty nervous. I mean, 2 people go, so hopefully it won't be me, but I can't imagine anyone else going either. So, yeah, all a bit scary.
How are they all coming about? Let's try.
A lot of the people are making an immense amount of notes. I've written down like 4 words. It doesn't need to be a project that you need to think about and think about, which is why I don't think I will be going.
The students know their dream of working for Starck depends on the next hour.
Bonjour les petits enfants. So now we work and we see the result of your shopping. Perhaps we can start by the left.
Of the 3 themes given by Starck, Robert has chosen to talk about function. His example of a useless item is a child's water bottle.
I just found it really sort of unclear about the actual purpose of the product and the scale of it as well. When I filled it with water, I just found it quite sort of cumbersome for like the hands of like a small sort of child.
Okay, for you it's useless. And the useful? The useful?
Yeah, this the useful. It's a product aimed at a sort of similar kind of market, which was towards kids. Yeah, it's a nutritious kind of organic meal that you can put in the microwave. I thought it's quite an interesting idea to be targeted towards kids.
Alors, I must interrupt you. I like your idea to be interested by children product. That is a very good idea. This, strangely for me, it's you said it's useful, but it's so easy to do by yourself. Why buy it ready? That's why you don't need this. That's why for me, both it's mixed, but both are a little useless. Okay?
Ilsa makes a different kind of impact with her choices on the theme of function.
I think that it's a very, very good choice. In the design, completely timeless, and is known to be unbreakable.
Anna is the first to opt for defining objects in terms of gender. She's chosen condoms and tampons as examples of male and female products.
You should use this.
I don't know if the meaning of this is not very male, because that go in the woman.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this finally is not more female by the softness, by the flexibility and things like that. It's very interesting, very, very, very interesting.
Lachlan has taken on a subject dear to Starck's heart, ecology. Gardening gloves are his choice of a product that's environmentally sound, while batteries, he thinks, are bad.
Well, they're one-time use batteries, so you use them for maybe a month and then you have to throw them out to a landfill site. And they all have mercury in them, which is poisonous.
Okay. I understood. This is anti-ecologic. The ecologic is what?
The ecology, right, these are gardening gloves. All right? Because I like fresh fruit and fresh veg, and I think everyone should have their own wee garden patch.
You don't say the object is ecologic, but it's a symbol of ecologic way of thinking by growing by yourself, something like that, to avoid transportation and consuming of fuel and things like that. It's smart.
And all that, yeah.
It's smart. It's smart. This one is a little simple, yes.
Very cool.
Unemployed Jess has also gone for ecology. Her example of bad design is the packaging for a single digital memory card.
The first thing that struck me was how much waste there was.
That is very interesting. Something very interesting also is you have a 60% chance to cut yourself when you try to open. It's a fortress. Sorry.
Got my head off. And I chose this because it's as a good example of ecology. I chose this because it's a similar sized product, and this is how they could have done it. So there's less gaps in between, there's less waste around the edges. It's cases.
Cases for nano iPod?
Yeah.
Alors, that absolutely not agree with you. Because why buy a protection for your iPod when the iPod, it's very well done, it's strong. This is typically the type of product which don't deserve to exist.
Jess has unwittingly trampled on one of Starck's passions. With a growing world population vying for diminishing resources, he believes too many pointless products are being made, and many don't deserve to exist.
And because
on the packaging, though, not
there is
necessarily the product. It didn't go very well with Starck. He sort of went off on a tangent, and I couldn't really jump in. It's a packaging product that's easier to open. It's less wasteful.
Yes. I agree, but it's not. No, I don't agree with you.
It went down like a ton of bricks. It's very frustrating when you can't argue your point of view and try and get your point across to somebody like Starck. It's like being a kid again when you can't get your point across to your parents. And so from that point I knew I was in trouble.
Design graduate James has opted for talking about ecology too, with a bio-wash ball as the good and nappies as the bad.
So we have a big pack here. Throw it down to you. The average baby in its nappy wearing lifetime goes through 6,000 of them. That's a huge waste of resources.
Darling, I agree with that. We know all that. Okay. You don't bring a new ID in that. Okay, next.
An ecological solution to washing is this. They call it the bio-wash ball. So you put it in.
With this, you absolutely don't need some
washing powder, all of that sort of stuff.
Zero.
Negates it completely.
Completely.
Yeah.
I agree with your analysis, but I regret a little. It's a little easy, but yes, you are right. Also,
James's presentation has not gone well. Despite correctly observing that nappies are not recyclable or biodegradable and that washing powder pollutes the environment, he's failed to offer Starck any new insight into a well-known problem.
Obviously, to have got so far, and then on almost the first meeting to be sort of safely, I could say, put back in your box quite firmly. Yeah, it's difficult, of course, and you feel that you've got a lot to prove and you haven't even got to design anything yet.
One person who's convinced they won't be going home is Nabil. He's chosen gender. Many designers feel objects have built-in male or female qualities that affect how we think about and use them. Nabil has picked a joystick as his male item and a multi-socket set as his female.
So we're talking about the male form and the female form. What interested me was the 5 strands, the extension. So I thought about this in looking at the attributes of a woman. So her love, interests, her intelligence, her passion, and her philosophy. Then after that, I thought about how the male was sort of like direct. It's also phallic. But yet the male also has these attributes as being, with these buttons, the love, interest, philosophy, for instance.
He's perhaps the only one since the beginning who speak really about the subject. because he was not speaking about the function, he was speaking about the symbolism, the spirit, the real sex of object. Because to understand that, you have not to think, you have just to receive, just to feel. This is clearly a male object, this can be a female object.
Nabil has approached the task in a completely original way, impressing Starck. He's the only one so far to grasp the need for the innovative thought which Starck is so desperate to draw out. It's a tough act to follow, and Rob is up next.
This encourages people not to use a motor car. But obviously, if you're doing 100 miles or kilometres, you may want to take other forms of transport like the train or coach. But for short journeys, I think the bicycle is ideal.
Okay.
So that's my sustainable side.
I want to answer right now. You are absolutely right, but like the diapers, like the green ball, it's a little evident. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But I can be interested if you tell me how this bike can cost this price so ridiculous. It's impossible to do it without slave. That means there is people who are paid $1 by day to produce at this thing. And when you buy a good bike like that at this price, that means you used slave. You are
totally gutted because I thought he hadn't quite understood where I was coming from. One of my biggest chances is to try and impress him, and the first sort of hurdle is just really slated one of my products. So yeah, I was really gutted.
You are a partner of the slaves. I'm sorry for English. I think this bike is good because it's a bike, but by itself, it's a shit.
Starck has dismissed the bicycle as too obvious an example of sustainability. Worse, he thinks objects like this can only be sold so cheaply by exploiting workers in the developing world. It's an example of how he wants the students to look for the story behind the product. The presentations are over. The time has come to decide who will stay on in Paris and who will go.
Go back to your bedroom. We have to work.
Starck has to send 2 students home today, but he doesn't have to decide on his own. His wife Jasmine, head of communications at the Starck network, and top designer Eugenie are also on hand.
Say that it's useful, it's the contrary. It's not enough. This one, the idea was good,
and the performance was very
and I
good.
appreciate the performance. This, okay, we know that, evident. This was a good symbol, but perhaps there is something more clear for
More
the
graphic.
symbol, more graphic.
Yeah.
You agree, huh?
Yeah, I agree.
I really don't know what's going to happen actually, but it'd be interesting to find out.
There was points that he picked up on that we didn't necessarily pick up on.
This one, it was not clear that, because you don't go deeply in the analysis of that. What do you think?
This one was a good idea, and to find something new, like a solution to save money. It was smart, the way of presenting it.
Okay. For me, the 2 products was too much evident.
Yeah.
It's very obvious.
It's
easy.
very
It's
obvious.
very easy.
Yes, it's easy.
In
But what
terms
we
of
do,
look.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that was
Although some students have impressed Starck, several have fallen short, and it's proving difficult to single out 2 to be sent home. Starck, Eugenie and Jasmine liked Nabil's explanation of the maleness of this joystick and the female qualities of these sockets. They felt James's nappies, Lachlan's batteries and Rob's bicycle were all too obvious as examples of unsustainable or sustainable products. But Lachlan's gloves went down well as a product friendly to the environment. All the items are from the sort of ordinary supermarket most of us visit every week, but all are the result of design decisions, good, bad, and sometimes terrible.
Okay, alors, if you agree, I think it must redo it.
Yes.
For this, I still don't know. She must redo it. I speak under your control. Huh? He must redo it, and it must redo it.
Yes.
And I don't know what we do with this one.
We're all in this intense environment and situation, and we got to know each other so quickly.
Yeah.
And if you go
Yeah.
home today, it's like, hang on, was that a dream?
I'm not the designer part, but to
I
me,
hope.
to me, I think if you say that this one is not good, it was too easy, I'm sorry,
This one also.
this
That one
is very
even
easy
okay.
as well.
This one must redo it. Okay?
Not redo it, but you have to find them
Yes, yes.
another challenge.
But
because
the
you can't-
challenge is because we cannot go back in a supermarket, we shall use the word supermarket, we shall use internet in a very, very fast time, because the real life is fast time. If you make a mistake, sometimes you have 10 minutes to fix the mistake.
Starck has decided 5 of the students must have another go at convincing him before he can resolve who'll be leaving Paris today.
Move your ass. You can be nervous, because I am really unhappy. Really, I am unhappy. You know, at the beginning I was cool. Now it's finished. So, some people have understood the question. Some other people have made something a little too easy. Some almost a little lazy. That's why I want to ask 5 persons to go during 10 minutes with a computer to try to convince me they are right. Okay? Simple. Cool. So, I think, my dear Robert, you must go to the computer. After I was not convinced by the battery, lazy. The packaging was messy, not clear. The diapers and the bowl too easy, almost lazy. We don't want lazy people. We hate lazy people. And you with the bicycle, too easy also. The 5, go now to the computer.
The 5 have 10 minutes on the internet to find images which will help convince Starck they can think like he does.
When I first sat down at the computer, I was incredibly nervous. Could look left and right and see, and behind me, and other people were tapping away. And it really did feel, you know, it was this or nothing, you know, and you'd be going back to London pretty quickly if you got it wrong.
You've got 10 minutes to sort of prove your point. I can't imagine much more pressure, to be honest. You've got to rush, you've got to think really quickly. That's what I did basically, was just blank out the whole situation. Thought, I'm at this desk, I've got this challenge to do. I had to get my head down and just do it.
To get that second chance and have those 10 minutes was very intense, very unexpected and quite scary. So scary, you don't know what to do with yourself. You have to come up with something. That's what was going through my head. If I didn't, I'd failed, and that wasn't an option for me. I had to find things that Starck would like and I could explain really well.
The 10 minutes are over. Oh. In 30 seconds, your laptop will explode in your face. You will convince me how you are so smart and more online with a question.
Robert Meredith is again first, but rather than go for a new idea, he's used his time to find images that justify one of the items he bought in the supermarket, the microwavable meal.
With this food-based product here, I was really trying to put myself in the mindset of the new mother of the baby. So yeah, this was the sort of idea that she's had a lack of sleep because she's really had to look after this baby. I was trying to think sort of outside the box. Yeah.
That means you don't find something new, you just complete your explanation. Okay? That is the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can make
we can go further, but nice person. I love you too. Okay, take a seat. We continue. You.
Lachlan's challenge is to find products that highlight sustainability. Starck felt his first choice of batteries was unoriginal. Now he's changed tack and wants to argue for traditional wine corks made from tree bark ahead of unsustainable synthetic ones.
What I'm trying to say is that the foam one wastes like, I know, however many raw materials to make a foam plastic one, and metal screw tops waste metal. All I'm saying is that the metal screw top and the foam cork just bad for the environment. That's basically it.
It's a good idea, but it's not very original. And wait, it's a little weak. But thank you very much.
No problem.
Jess is staying with her choice of ecology, but has decided to focus on a conceptual approach to the cult of celebrity. Millions of celebrity magazines are sold every year, and stars are even putting their names to designs ranging from clothes and footwear to perfumes and grooming products, a trend Jess dislikes.
I chose the celebrity product, so you could take that both ways, the celebrity as a product or their products that they produce. Yeah. They have incredible influence on young girls and especially footballers on young boys, and it's just total waste. All celebrities should be shot from doing their celebrity products.
Done? Smart. I like it. I like it very much. Well done. Well, oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well done. You.
James's first presentation was branded unoriginal and lazy. He hopes to win over Starck with the environmental advantages of glass milk bottles over plastic ones.
I don't know about in France, but in England certainly we used to have nice little electric milk carts, very eco-friendly, with a milkman every day with a glass bottle that would come and deliver your fresh milk every morning, and then he would pick up the empty bottles, take them back, refill them the next day. So I think you understand probably where I'm going with that, and I'll leave it there.
One more time, I feel you are a little specialist to try to open door. That's why I am not surprised by your proposal. Okay, thank you. I am not impressed, but okay. Okay.
Like Jess, Rob has decided that his best option for survival is to be less literal in his argument for ecology.
Excuse the very simple drawings. Basically, I chose Celebrity magazine because of, it's again got two meanings. One, because of learning about celebrities isn't really going to help you be more sustainable. Then the other meaning is the actual product of a magazine. It's got a very short lifespan. You buy it, you read it, more than likely you won't pass it on to anybody else because by the time you do, it's out of date.
We are on the way. That means we are not speaking about the product, we are speaking about what there is behind, around all the interaction with the product. That's why I agree with that. And I am happy to see that today. That means we succeed. Okay, so, Dankeschön very much. Dankeschön very much. So, now, bad part. Bad part, you know that there is not room for everybody. That means we are obliged to select today 2 persons to go home, which is not fun. It's very hard because I have still some doubt. There was you, Robert. It was about the cork. It was about the Paris Hilton, and it was about thermos and milk.
And the books.
And the boots. I am not convinced by your story of both plastic bottle and things like that. We know it. The first time you show me some diapers, the second banana. We know that.
I'm sorry, we need something more new.
It wasn't the products so much as the story behind them.
Yes, but we know that there is nothing new. That's why I expect something more strong. Darling,
thank you very much, Philippe.
James has failed to impress Starck and has the dubious honour of being the first student to be sent home.
It was upsetting. I always told my friends when I was going out that I could be home as soon as the weekend, and they all told me to not be so stupid and to have a bit more belief. But, you know, it was all quite a whirlwind. And, yeah, disappointing.
Now, you was with the book. Okay, that's good. You was with the Paris Hilton. That's good. Now it's between the cork and the food. I am not convinced by both, to speak frankly. That's why I don't know what to do, because you, at the beginning you had the battery, which was really a bad choice, and after the cork you are not clear on that. It's not a strong position. That's why I'm sorry to say that I don't like it. You don't convince me more with what you show me, because you had nothing. That's why I don't know.
Now Starck has a tough choice to make. He liked Lachlan's decision to focus on ecology, but was unimpressed with his argument. While Robert's presentation went badly, Starck liked the fact that his design philosophy was aimed at helping people.
We don't agree with the result, but we love the way of thinking.
Which means Lachlan is the next student to be sent home.
Yeah, man. I know. It can be.
For Lachlan, his adventure in Paris is over, and he's heading back to resume his studies at Dundee University.
I'm feeling pretty gutted. Like, his decision reflects badly, I suppose, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm 19, everyone else here has got a degree, you know. I'm only going into second year at the moment. So, yeah, I'm not concerned about it at all. It's, you know, life.
But as the remaining 10 move into their new home, some know only too well just how close they came to going back. So, despite the relief of staying, there's now a very clear sense of what's at stake.
I was really sad for them, but the relief for me was I'm just so happy that I pulled it off. I can't believe it. But,
we got DVDs.
Excellent, yeah, really happy.
I feel great to get into the final 10. I was that close from getting kicked off, which I've been really disappointed not to see the house, not to carry on and actually start designing.
Amid the excitement of new surroundings and new friendships, it's now clear they're also rivals. It'll be a hard balance to strike as they fight to live up to the high standards demanded by Philippe Starck.
The result is vital. You must make the job, which must be at the best possible, at the right time, and that must be a success.
Next week, as the remaining 10 students tackle their new brief, Nabil's confidence reaches new heights.
I have no competitors in this entire competition.
As the other students battle with the enormity of Starck's brief.
Hate the brief. It's not my style at all.
Nabil refuses to feel any stress.
I woke up at 1 o'clock, which was fantastic. Then after that, took the tube, came down here. Sat down, done a bit of colouring in, a bit of Facebook. That's about it so far. Had a chocolate bar.
But as Starck decides who to dismiss, there's revolution in the air.
I don't think you've seen anything to what he presents today. You've not seen anything.
The thought processes he's gone through are amazing. He will blow you away.
We have a rebellion.
She was young when she set off to find her place in the world, but now, aged 29, she's back, hiding in the bedroom she had as a teenager and wondering, what now? Meet Gaynor in our new comedy Home Time, next on BBC Two. And on BBC 4, it's Dinner with Portillo.